Turi, and today we're going to be going over how to make multi-filed mods. It's really simple. There are two ways that I know how to do it, but I'm only going to go over one, and that way is using partial classes. Partial classes are pretty easy, and it's how you make multi-filed projects. So here we go. I loaded up the template that we have, which is just the base mod file for GTA 5. So you see the using namespaces, the public class that we have, constructor, and then the bindings for these events. So from here, we can start working. So the first thing we want to do is change this public class to public partial class. Now this just means that we can have multiple uses of this class. So this is just a partial definition of this class. So we could have more functions in another file. So this is nice to abstract out our code and to make it so that our files are a little neater and our functions that are more like each other than other functions are separated and by themselves. So let's say I wanted a mod that did two different things. Like one would be player based and the other one would be vehicle based. I could have a main file, which would be this one with the tick and the key down and whatever, and then I could have two more files like vehicle.cs and player.cs or something like that. And player.cs would have all the player functions, and vehicle.cs would have all the vehicle functions. That's just an example of what we could do, but for now I'm just going to do something really simple so you guys can get the idea and start doing this yourself, because I know a bunch of people have asked on how to do this. Anyway, let's just start by making a onKeyUp, something in the onKeyUp function so we could just test it. So let's say if our e.keycode is equivalent to keys dot, let's say L because it's not anything, and we don't even need the, yeah, let's just keep them. And then we could have, let's say we can give the player health, I guess. Give health. There we go. And now that's going to be a red squiggly line, and that's fine. So let's add another one. If e.keycode equals keys.k, then we could do change vehicle color. There we go. And that's going to give us another whatever line. And that's just because we haven't defined them yet. So now what we could do is save this, and I'm going to change the name of this just to main, so I know it's the main code that contains the tick, the onKeyDown and onKeyUp functions. And then I'm going to create a new one. I'll copy and paste this. And I'll paste it twice. I don't know where my folder is, but anyway, let's create vehicles.cs and let's create a player.cs. Now what we're going to do is go into player.cs and we're going to delete all of this stuff inside of our partial class. And now inside of this we can make a void function called give health. And now let's save that, and if we go back to our main, you can see no more squiggly line. So that's good. So the first thing I'm going to do is show a subtitle, UI.show subtitle, saying and we'll put it on the screen for 2 seconds. And then we'll do game.player. Or this is actually a good time to show you that we could actually define, this is going to give me problems. So in our main, right above our constructor, we could have a public, or I guess we could keep it private. So private ped player, and then in our constructor above our binding elements we can define our player equals game.player.character. Now that we have this, we could use this in any one of our other files because it's in the scope of our class. Since it's outside of functions, now we can access it from these files as well. So now we could just do player.health equals 100. Now that's really nice, but you could see if I had put this somewhere else. Let me just comment this out, and I'll do ped player. Now if I go back to player, you'll see it's not defined. So it has to be outside of all your functions but inside of your class, or else it's outside of the scope of the player thing. I hope that makes sense. So scope is defined by curly braces. So if you define a variable inside these curly braces, you won't be able to get them anywhere else. And that's more or less what it is. Anyway, let's continue. So we have our give health function for our player CS. Now let's go to our vehicle CS and delete all the code inside and do void change vehicle color. And we're actually gonna keep that as void, but what we're gonna do is go to our main, and I'm gonna show you guys how to pass in variables and how it still works if we're making multiple files. So we could do player dot current vehicle, and inside of vehicle dot CS, inside of void change vehicle color, we could do vehicle and then a name for it. It could be any name you want. So that's just the type that we're going to pass through the function. So you can see we gave a vehicle, and now we're going to access that vehicle that we got, which was the player current vehicle, and use VEH or V to get it. So we'll do UI.show subtitle color changed vehicles. The vehicle's color changed. And then we'll do vehicle dot, now this is accessing the player vehicle since we passed the player vehicle through it. And we'll do primary color equals vehicle color dot, and let's just say hot pink. Now we can make this a random function, but I don't really feel like going over this, and because it would take too much time, it's not really what we're looking to do. So anyway, let's save all our files. And the one thing about this that you're going to want to do is click start to compile it, and you can see we succeeded. And now if we go to our files, programming, projects, man, so many sneak peeks of what I'm working on. And you can see we have these 3 CS files which we could use, but we're actually going to go into a bin and take the DLL, and it's just one DLL file, and that has all 3 of our files compiled into one. And I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to go to our games, and I'm going to go to Grand Theft Auto scripts and place it in there. Now remember, if I press L I'll get my health, and if I press K I'll get my current car changed color, which we didn't do any testing to see if this exists, so you might want to do that if you're actually putting this in a mod, is to test that you're actually in a car before you do it. But I'm going to go into a car so I don't break the script and break the game. Anyway, I'll be right back when I'm back inside the game. So just give me 1 second. Alright, so I'm in GTA 5 now, and let's just test our script real quick. So I'm in the car, and if I press K, I should see the color of my car change to hot pink, and I should see a subtitle that says my car color has changed. Let's see. Alright, so it didn't work for changing the color of the car, but that might just be my own fault for scripting it wrong. I might have, instead of doing the set thing that I did, I might have had to use a function to change it, but we could tell it worked because it did show the subtitle, so it is going from our main file to our vehicle.cs. So now I'm going to try to hurt myself so that I can press L to get health. This is not doing anything for me. Okay, I have a little bit of damage, so let's press L and see what happens. Yeah, it's definitely working. You can see it says 100% health. But again, it was probably my own scripting error. But yeah, so you can see that works. Give health. Oh, I put it for 2 milliseconds. Damn. Or not even. Yeah, 2 milliseconds. This should have been 2000, then it would have been 2 seconds. And the same with this one. And let's see what was the problem with this vehicle primary color. And this might not actually be a set value, so I might not be able to change it by doing it this way. Anyway, so you can see that works, and it's really easy to do. You just have to remember that partial class, so it's public partial class, and then it's just like whatever, it's super simple. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for going through all my stuttering. I'm not super well prepared today, I don't know why. But anyway, again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to see some more videos. Give me some ideas down below. I already have stuff brewing, you already saw. So, until next time, goodbye.